So welcome to today's class, and in the next 2.5-minute video we're going to learn how to identify what statistical analysis test to use for a particular data set. Now in this first example, suppose you measured how quickly 8 male mice and 7 female mice could grasp and eat a sugar pellet, and this response time was measured in seconds. So write down your answers to the following questions. What factor partially predicts response time, and how many levels does it have? Were the subjects repeatedly measured or not? So stop the video now, write down your answers, and then recommence. So in this experiment, the factor which partially predicts response time is gender. And in this case, there are 2 levels, male and female. Were the subjects repeatedly measured or not? The answer is no. There was just a single response time that was measured for each of these animals. So armed with this information, you are now in the position to figure out what statistical test to use for this data. So now what you do is you turn to the Advisor Wizard which we have sent you. Now in SigmaPlot, when you click Advisor Wizard, this is the first window that comes up, and it asks you what do you need to do. And in almost every experiment that we're going to consider, you start here. Compare groups or treatments for significant differences. And in this case, you want to know, did the mice differ, did different genders of mice differ in their reaction time? So you click 2. And SigmaPlot takes you to this new window, and it asks you, how are the data measured? Now if you think back, response time was measured in seconds. So this is by numeric values, for example meters, degrees or seconds, etc. The data weren't measured by order or rank, for example using categories as quick, slow, intermediate speeds. So because it's by numeric values, you click 1, and SigmaPlot will then ask this question: did you apply more than one treatment per subject? And again, in this experiment, the answer is no, because the animals were just measured once. Their response times were measured just once. So you click the No Radio button, and then this final window will pop up. And now it asks you, how many groups or treatments are there? Now we've provided a little extra information which you should refer to because it helps you make this decision. And in this case, the number of groups or treatments, there was one factor with 2 levels. The factor was gender, and it was male or female. So here you click 2. And SigmaPlot is going to recommend that you use the unpaired t-test. As an alternative, it may suggest the Mann-Whitney test, or you could consider log transformation, and we'll talk about that in another class. So now you should be able to use this flowchart to look at any data set, and knowing what the factors, the levels, and whether it's a repeated measures design or not are, you will be able to find out automatically which of these tests to apply to your data set. And you'll see that some of these are very complicated, but you shouldn't be afraid of that because this flowchart is going to tell you which test to use. So now you can go ahead and enter your data into SigmaPlot for analysis, and that will be our next video.